You know, we love it when we see a train rolling down the tracks shuttling goods and people around the country. But that only happens as long as the parts on those trains stay in good condition. But sometimes they do break. And when they do, they are swapped out for great parts to get them rolling once again. But let's start with a part that doesn't even go on a train, but is just as important: the railroad ties that sit under the tracks. And believe it or not, they do wear out. Here, they are set up with the parts attached and stacked along the side tracks waiting their turn to be needed. And you can see the ties as they get used and the big pile where they end up when they are replaced. And as often as not, they end up being recycled in gardens, landscaping, and construction. Next, we have the tongue. A little different than your tongue maybe, but no less important. These tongues are what hold the engines and cars together, and they have to be extra strong, especially when they have 100 cars behind them being pulled along. You don't want one of those breaking during a long haul. And then we have what might be the coolest part of a train, besides the engineer's compartment: the almighty wheels that the train needs to roll down those tracks. These huge steel wheels sit out in the open waiting for a train to need them. And as we can see, some have gone through a rainstorm or two and have garnered a bit of rust, and some haven't. But all are just as strong and just as ready to take these magnificent trains from departure to destination and do it safely. So when you see these great trains safely rolling down the tracks, give thanks to the parts that allow them to keep them doing their jobs.